Welcome back to yet another video on Daniel. We're currently working through chapter 12, and in this video, we're going to be taking a step back and really appreciating the structure of Daniel's final prophecy. So from 11.2 to 12.4, we have the final prophecy of Daniel concerning the kings of the north and the kings of the south. Now, on either side of this prophecy, we have an angelic being known as the man clothed in linen appear to Daniel. And in chapter 10, it is this man who tells Daniel this final vision. So in this video, we're going to be breaking down chapter 10 and identifying who exactly this man of linen is. But before we begin, can I just take a moment to thank my patrons who make these videos possible? Remember, the goal of this channel is to create a library of videos that objectively analyze the Bible. If that's something you consider important, can I please encourage you to become a patron today? If you do so, you'll receive access to all my full videos. All right, back to the content now. Let's begin by really appreciating the overall structure of the book of Daniel as a whole. It is neatly divided into two parts, the court tales and the prophetic visions. The prophetic visions contain four prophecies all about the same event, and that event is Antiochus IV and his desecration of the temple. In chapter 7, we have the vision of the four beasts. Then we move on to chapter 8, where we have the vision of the ram and the goat. And then we have chapter 9, which is the 70-week prophecy. And what we've been going through in the last few videos is chapters 10 to 12, which is all about the kings of the north and the kings of the south. Now, who exactly tells Daniel all of these prophecies? Where's he getting this information from? Well, in chapter 9, we're told that the angel Gabriel appears to Daniel to provide him this vision. And we're told the same about chapter 8. It's the angel Gabriel who appears to Daniel to give him this vision. But in chapters 10 to 12, we're not told that the angel Gabriel appears to Daniel. Rather, it's some angelic figure known as the man clothed in linen who gives Daniel this prophecy. So who exactly is this man clothed in linen? Well, since this man in linen serves exactly the same function as the angel Gabriel in the previous chapters, it's most likely that this man clothed in linen is just the angel Gabriel. So to put it simply, in chapter 10, the angel Gabriel is simply known as the man clothed in linen. It just seems to be another name for him. So this man clothed in linen, the angel Gabriel, appears to Daniel and gives him the final prophecy of the book. As Newsom writes in her commentary, the figure that Daniel sees is never named. He is, however, almost certainly to be identified with Gabriel since he performs the same messenger function as in 9:21-22, where the angel is explicitly identified. There, Daniel recognizes him as the angel he had previously seen in the vision in chapter 8, who interpreted the meaning of the vision for him, end quote. So as you can see here, the man in linen is none other than the angel Gabriel. It's just a different name for him. All right, let's now dive into the text itself. In chapter 10, we read the following. In the third year of King Cyrus of Persia, a word was revealed to Daniel, who was named Belteshazzar. The word was true, and it concerned a great conflict. He understood the word, having received understanding in the vision. At that time, I, Daniel, had been mourning for 3 weeks. I had eaten no rich food, no meat or wine had entered my mouth, and I had not anointed myself at all for the full 3 weeks. On the 24th day of the first month, I was standing on the bank of the great river that is the Tigris, end quote. Okay, we do seem to have a potential contradiction on our hands here, as we're told that Daniel is in the third year of King Cyrus of Persia, and it's during this time that he's standing on the bank of the great river that is the Tigris. All right, you're probably asking yourself, why is this a problem? Well, let's bring up a map for ourselves. So here's the river Tigris, Daniel is standing beside it. And the reason why Daniel is there is because the Babylonians took Daniel and all the other Jewish exiles from Israel to Babylon. That's why he's there. But then the Persians defeat the Babylonians and allow the Jews to return to Israel. And the first king of the Persians is Cyrus. In chapter 1 of Daniel, we read the following. Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah were stationed in the king's court. In every matter of wisdom and understanding concerning which the king inquired of them, he found them 10 times better than all the magicians and enchanters in his whole kingdom. And Daniel continued there until the first year of King Cyrus, end quote. So we're told here very clearly that Daniel stayed in Babylon until the first year of Cyrus's reign and then went back to Israel. So hopefully you can see what the issue is here. Why is it that in Daniel chapter 10, we're told that in the third year of King Cyrus of Persia, we're still standing by the Tigris River. We're still in Babylon. Why are we still in Babylon? If we're in the third year, we should be back in Israel by now, because in chapter 1, we were told that in the first year of King Cyrus, we left. As Xiao writes in his commentary, this literary unit begins with a chronological notice, the third year of the reign of King Cyrus of Persia, that is 536 BCE. This date may come as a bit of a surprise, since 121 reports that Daniel remained in Babylonian captivity until the first year of Cyrus, that is 539 BCE. Yet Daniel has apparently not been repatriated to Palestine, rather he's still on the bank of the Tigris, end quote. Okay, let's now keep on working through the text, and what we're now going to see is a description of the man clothed in linen. And what I'm going to really show you is that this man clothed in linen actually appears in the book of Ezekiel in chapter 9. He goes through all of Jerusalem and marks the people who are mourning for the sacrilege that is happening in their community. We're also going to see that Daniel is going to draw upon the language of Ezekiel 1 when describing the man dressed in linen. But all of this is going to be saved for my patrons. So if you do want access to the rest of this video where I discuss these topics, please consider becoming a patron today. If you do so, not only will you receive the rest of this video, but you'll receive the rest of all of my videos. It is really cheap to become a patron. Click the link in the description below. And by doing so, you're really just supporting me continuing to make this content. So if you are enjoying this, and let me say something, if you've made it this far into the video, you're probably enjoying this. So become a patron. It's really cheap and you can help me make more of these videos. Now, if you're in a position where you can't give money for whatever reasons, just shoot me an email. It's thestudyofchristianity@gmail.com. So I'll say that again, thestudyofchristianity@gmail.com. I'm not going to ask any questions, but if you tell me that you can't afford it for whatever reason, I'm just going to give you access to it anyway. So I'm under no illusion that I'm going to make a lot of money here, but I do hope to be able to sustain all my expenses in terms of commentaries and technology. So if you are in a position to give, it would mean the world to me. Hit the link, become a patron. You can do it. I believe in you. I'll see all my patrons for the rest of this video. Otherwise, I'll see you all real soon in my next video.